Have you ever wanted something? I mean, really, really wanted it. So much that you would do anything to get it? Well, imagine you finally get that thing. But it's at the one moment you don't want it anymore. Today, we're going to talk about a story that is all about that feeling. It's a classic, and it has a really surprising twist at the end.
So, let's start with a really strange question. Why would anyone want to go to prison? For most people, prison is a place you try to stay away from. But for the man in our story, his name is Soapy, prison is like a nice hotel for the winter.
Our story starts in New York City. We meet a man named Soapy on a park bench. He doesn't have a home, he doesn't have a job, and, he has a big problem coming soon. The leaves on the trees are changing color, the air is getting cold. Soapy knows what this means. Winter is coming. And he knows he can't sleep in the park when it's freezing. He needs a plan. He needs a warm place to live for the next 3 months.
So, what is his plan? Well, it's a very strange plan. He decides the best place to be is prison. Think about it. In prison, you get 3 meals every day, you have a bed, you have a roof over your head. For Soapy, prison isn't a bad place. It's a warm, safe place to escape the cold streets.
Soapy has his goal. He wants to go to prison. But how does he do it? This is where the story gets really interesting. He has to break the law, but he has to do it in just the right way. He only wants to go to prison for 3 months, not for his whole life.
Okay, so his first idea is a little fancy. He's going to walk into a very nice restaurant, eat a big expensive dinner, and then tell them he has no money to pay. Then, for sure, they will call the police.
He can almost taste the delicious food, and he imagines a policeman coming to take him to his warm winter home. It's a simple plan, right? What could possibly go wrong?
Well, it goes wrong right away. His plan fails before he even gets a table. The waiter at the door sees Soapy's old coat and his broken shoes and says, "Nope, you can't come in here." He's not even allowed inside the place he wants to get kicked out of. How sad is that? But Soapy doesn't give up. He moves on to his next idea. This one is not fancy at all. This time, he's going to do something loud, something everyone will see. He finds a big shop window. He picks up a large stone and he throws it right through the glass. Crash. The window breaks. But Soapy doesn't run away. No. He just stands there with his hands in his pockets, waiting for the police to come.
And a policeman does come running. Soapy looks at him and says, "I did it." He's ready to go. But the policeman doesn't believe him. He thinks the person who broke the window would run away. So the cop runs down the street to chase somebody else. Soapy told the truth and nobody believed him. Soapy's day just gets worse and worse. He tries the restaurant plan again, but at a cheaper place. They don't call the police. They just get angry and throw him outside. Then he sees a man with a nice umbrella and grabs it. But the man just smiles and says, "Oh, that's okay. You can have it." Finally, he pretends to be very drunk, shouting and singing. But the police just look at him and think he's a silly college student. It feels like he can't get arrested no matter what he tries. Soapy feels sad and cold. He starts to give up on his plan to go to prison. He's just walking, not really going anywhere. But then, he hears something. A sound that changes everything. He's standing in front of an old church, and from inside, he hears beautiful music. It's an anthem, a special church song, being played on an organ. And that music, it just makes him stop and listen. This part really shows how strong a memory can be. That song helps him remember a different life. He remembers when he was young, when he had a mother and friends, a time when he had hopes and dreams and a good life. He remembers the man he used to be. In that one moment, listening to that music,
Something inside him just changes. He feels bad about the life he is living. And right there, he makes a decision. He decides he will fight to get his old life back. Tomorrow, he will go and find a job. He will work hard. He will be a good person again.
For the first time in a very long time, Soapy feels hope. He feels strong and ready for a new life. But the story isn't over. And sometimes, life can play a very mean trick. As Soapy stands there, thinking about his new future, he feels a hand on his arm. It's a policeman. The cop asks, "What are you doing here?" Soapy is not doing anything wrong. He is just standing and thinking. But to the policeman, a man like Soapy standing near a church at night looks suspicious. And just like that, he arrests him. The next day, Soapy is in front of a judge. The judge doesn't ask many questions. He just says, 3 months in prison. Soapy got what he wanted all day. But now it is the worst thing that could happen. He finally wanted to be free and change his life, and now he is trapped. So what can we learn from this story, with its strange, sad ending? What is the real meaning here? What does it tell us about our own lives? Well, this story is a perfect example of something called irony. All day, Soapy tried to get arrested, and he couldn't. He tried to look like a criminal, and no one cared. But the one moment he decides to be a good man, that's when society calls him a criminal and locks him up. It's the exact opposite of what you would expect to happen. Soapy's story shows us that life can be really surprising. We make plans, but sometimes things happen that we just can't control. But it also shows us that hope is very powerful. That moment Soapy heard the music, that was real. He really did change in that moment, even if the world around him didn't see it. And that leaves us with one last big question. How much of our life can we really control? And how much is decided by other things, like our situation or what other people think of us? Maybe the best thing we can do is what Soapy did in his best moment. Just listen for the beautiful music in our lives and remember who we really want to be.